Hey, what's up my friends? There are two crucial things that I think you need to know about these headphones before you spend your money on them. I'm gonna talk about those two things in just a second, but first, let's just go over what they are, some of the features and accessories that come with them, and most importantly, what it's actually like to use these. So these are what they call a bone conduction set of headphones. I had never had one before I bought these ones. I had always used the earbuds, but I liked the idea of my ear being open to my surroundings, but then also getting my audio in a good quality. That's what really drove me to these headphones. That's really what they're meant for. So let's talk about some of the features on these things. So the way that these things fit, and I'm gonna take my hat off here for a second so you can see good how they fit, but basically they're a wrap around the back side of the head, and then these pieces right here, these little plates, fall right here on the bone that's right in front of your ear. So fit with these is important, and I'm gonna talk about fit in just a second because they've solved the different head size issue. But let me just show you. So I wrap them around the back side of my head, and I just slide them right onto my ears just like this. You've probably seen people walking around with things like this, but what this does is it leaves my ears completely open, so I'm aware to my surroundings, but also it gives me good quality sound through a conduction, I don't know all the science, but I can tell you that they actually sound really good. The fit is great. I like to use these for running specifically so that I can hear bikes coming up behind me on the trail or anything like that. And even when I'm running and I'm sweating and all of that sort of stuff, they fit and stay in place really, really well. So one thing about fit is if you do have a smaller head, meaning more narrow head, they sent this strap with it right here. So basically what you do is you wrap this strap and secure it around the back side of the headset right here, and you do that. I'm not gonna take the time to do it on both sides, but if I do it on this side as well, then I can cinch this thing up and it's gonna pull it closer together and make it more secure on my head right there. Okay, so just know if you have, they've thought of everything for multiple sizes of heads, and that shouldn't be as big of a factor for you. So you have the, I already talked about the conduction pads right here. You also have a microphone right here on the front side of them. This allows you to take calls, all of that kind of stuff. And I'm gonna talk about something that I figured out with taking calls or talking on the phone as well. Then you have the body of these that kind of hang out behind your ears. It's nice because it makes that weight balanced back there. And this is the controls that you have on the headphones. So you've got a plus button, a minus button, and an M button. The M initially stands for mute because that is its primary purpose, is to mute, but it has multiple purposes. So if I'm going to connect this to my Bluetooth, all I would do is hold that down for a couple seconds, and then the LED on the back here is going to indicate that it's ready for pairing to my Bluetooth device or my phone. So when it's flashing red and blue like that, that means it's ready to pair. It also gives me a bit of a vibration, which is an interesting thing. So when I get a call, when I get a text, if I have it set up this way, and I can set it up different ways, but it actually vibrates on my head so that I know, instead of having that loud announcement through the speakers, I know that I've got some sort of notification, vibration, and you can turn all of that off as well. The plus and minus has to do with volume, but then, so a quick push on this is volume up, but a hold is next track or back track, whether you're using plus or minus. So the idea here is just to get an idea, to memorize where those buttons are so you can change tracks or you can change volume right from the headphone, which I absolutely love. I don't have to touch my phone or whatever device I am streaming from. Now the other thing is these earpieces right here are adjustable. If you can see that, it looks like a small adjustment on camera, but what happens is, so when they're out, that's what they call the open ear mode. Nothing is blocking your hearing there. But when you push them in, That's what they call the concentration mode, or I don't remember the exact word that they use for it. But what that's gonna do is that's gonna start to block some of the outside atmosphere. Like if you're in a super loud atmosphere or something, you can just pop that little baby back just like that, and it's gonna give you somewhat of that effect of having an earphone inside your ear that blocks out the sound. All right, so let's talk about charging, because this is something that it took some getting used to for me. So this is the charger right back here, or this is the charging contacts right back here. So it's not your typical USB-C or anything like that. You do have to have your specific charging cord. The charging cord comes with USB-A on one end, just like that. And then it comes with the special charging contacts on this end. I'm gonna get that to focus. There we go. And there is a specific polarization in the charging. I didn't realize this when I first got them, and I put the charger on and I walked away and it wasn't actually charging. So know that it can't go this direction. The cord has to go this direction, so towards the back or towards the headband rather. And once you put that on, then it should magnetically connect right there, and it should be charging. What I found out, this is just a little bit of a tip that's worked for me, is to get the best charging contact with these, I actually lay the headphones upside down and then place the charging cord, so that the charging cord, I don't know if you can see that right now, but the charging cord kind of follows the headband right here. And laying it down like that has made the charging seems to keep a better contact on the charging than when I have them this direction, and I don't know why, but just know that to make sure that you get a good charge when you think you're charging your headphones. The battery life on these lasts a really long time. I use these every single day at the gym, and then I'll use them throughout the week. I'll go on a run, whatever, and I'm really only charging these probably twice a week. So if I were to guess, I'm getting 5 to 7 hours of playtime on a single charge of these headphones. So I'm super happy about the battery life as well. So my friends, these headphones are amazing, specifically if you want that freedom to be able to hear your surroundings but also hear your audio. And I hope this video has been helpful in deciding whether or not these are the right ones for you. And if you do end up grabbing some, I hope you love them as much as I do. Thank you so much for watching. Peace, everybody.